The 12th day of September it is, and yes, it is yet another interesting day to bring you the newspaper review here on TAF TV. So I'm saying a big thank you to you for joining me. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and of course, looking at the papers with me today is Mr. Victor Asuu. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
And amongst the headlines here, one of the eye-catching headlines in the Nation newspaper today is the picture of the Queen journeying from Scotland back to England. Just before we dive into other headlines, Mr. Victor, what do you make of this particular picture on the front cover of the Nation newspaper?
Okay, we can see that the procession has begun, as in the trip has begun. You know, she died at
Scotland.
At Scotland, okay, Balmoral, and that's her holiday home. And yeah, it's quite a significant situation right now because you know the people of Scotland, they are not will I say they are not united with respect to the British monarchy, okay? And mind you, they want to be independent. So there is a bit of tension. I'll call it a bit of tension because some of them just don't want to be associated with the entire United Kingdom, okay? And for the fact that she died there and they all came out to mourn her, they all came out, even on the road while we were watching on TV yesterday as she was making the trip through the road of Balmoral to Edinburgh. You see people all lined up and they were paying their last respects to the Queen, okay? Well, we already know that by next Monday, she will be buried. And the activities have started. The new king has been, will I say, proclaimed. Okay. And from the look of things, from today, or not just from today, from since her death till, let's say, for the next 14 days, there will be activities upon activities. And and
according to news, from my findings,
I know where you're going to.
The EPL is also going to be disturbed as well. You know, this past weekend we didn't get to watch any of the EPL game because of and of course I'm also hearing that this coming weekend as well we'll also not be able to watch EPL. What is going on, Mr. Victor? What's happening?
Well, I think right now you want to push me to the economic part of the whole thing. I really don't want to discuss that.
A whole lot of persons are affected by that, and of course, you should know what that means right now. You should know what football EPL brings to the world right now.
Yes. So I read a column, okay, by one of my favorite Arsenal writer, okay. So he says something that it is unjust of the heads of government to come out to say football should not be played.
Yes.
Because rugby is being played.
Yes.
Because cricket is being played.
I agree to that 100%.
Why then football?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me tell you
what's
reason.
so special about football?
Because of the fans.
Okay.
Now, football fans, mind you, they are outspoken. You do not shut up their mouths. And we already know that.
So rugby fans aren't outspoken?
No, they are not as outspoken as
hockey fans aren't outspoken?
No, not like football fans. Now, they are.
I beg to disagree on that.
No, they are scared that the fans will come out and go against the Queen. And they will paint a bad image of the British monarchy.
If you tell me right now that, okay, as a result of the popularity of football, because football has, a larger fan base, I will understand. But don't tell me that because the fans are... I believe every other game, every other sport has its own outspoken fans.
Now, let me tell you.
Yes.
On Thursday, Shamrock Rovers from Ireland, the Irish do not like not all of them though, but a huge quantity of the Irish do not like the British monarchy. Okay, so fans from Shamrock Rovers during the UEFA Europa League, they came out and they were singing songs against the Queen on Thursday, and that was I think that was where their judgment came out from, because they were like, I think, because they would be like, let's not use let football, as in the EPL, not being an object for ridicule to the Queen. Okay? Then you now come from another angle. when you start considering what about the children league, what about the kids league, because they shut down the entire levels of football in the UK, down to the smallest, down to level 12. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that the children that are supposed to be mentally fit, you know, football and exercise keeps you mentally fit and physically fit, they will not be able to do that for the next 2 weeks. And mind you, we are coming from the year of 2020 that COVID really really disrupted the calendar, the football calendar. And we have a World Cup by November, meaning that these footballers will be overworked. But on the other side too,
because by the time they return, they might actually want to, like, should I say, rush them to play many games
of course,
at once.
Of course. And just look at the game of Arsenal versus Everton. There is no. It was postponed. It was supposed to happen over the weekend.
Yeah.
So that game has been postponed to next year. It will not even happen this year because
same thing with Chelsea versus is it? No, I think Southampton. No, not Southampton. I think we were supposed to play. Team again in the EPL, but that game also has been postponed.
Okay.
So now we're supposed to play Liverpool again.
Okay.
So I think that particular game is also going to be postponed as well.
Okay.
It's not fair, Mr. Victor. It's just not fair.
Now, going further in the economics part of it, you find out that now football has will I say chains of economy running through it. Now, the league was postponed on Friday against Saturday. It was not postponed on Thursday, mind you, because even while Manchester was playing, mind you, Manchester played Europa League on Friday evening. Yes, they came out on Thursday evening. Yeah. They came out and they honored the Queen. Okay, there was moment of silence. Okay, but now you know, ask, what about people that have planned to work on Saturday, part-time workers? That many a times, you know, that students in the UK, they use the weekend to work. So they will not make money for that weekend. And mind you, what about supplies from grocery and the caves and the restaurants? Some of their supplies will waste.
Yes.
Because they've already made their orders for the weekend. You see the chain reaction? Then let's bring it down to Nigeria. What about our football, what do you call them again? Our viewing centers.
Viewing centers, yes.
In viewing centers, some persons...
This weekend, no money for them.
My brother, no money. What about... No show. Let me confess, the betting centers,
La Liga, Bundesliga, I think, they were all showing this weekend.
Yeah, but you know now, no top fixtures. And come to think of it, La Liga, entire league, they've all been watered down. They've been watered down over the years. That tells you
how much the EPL is really, really, superior to all this.
So when you go down to asking about the viewing centers, how they feel about it. I know they will not be happy because the weekend has gone without them making money or enough money, and they have bills to pay. Some of them, that is their only source of livelihood. Yes. And they have paid for DSTV, mind you. And if you are paying for a DSTV of about 20,000, let's say when you pay for your full bouquet, okay, it runs to about 20 to 21,000 naira. Now that means if you share it into 4 weeks, into 4 weekends, meaning that 5,000 worth of your DSTV is gone.
It's gone.
Are you getting that? Yes. Okay. Now, when you also go deeper into the analysis, what about betting companies? Oh, why are we just talking sports about the president? What about betting companies? Betting companies will not make their monies too. Because of when it has happened, and we just pray that the whole ceremony goes well without glitches.
Obviously. Let's move on now to other headlines in the nation, where we have 210 days after federal government asks court to stop Asuu strike. 210 days after federal government asks court to stop Asuu strike. Plaintiff seeks order against lecturers to return to work. Okay, and next headline here in the nation says Nigeria's debt stocks hit 45.23 trillion naira. Nigeria's debt stocks hit 45.25 trillion naira. Okay, and another interesting headline in the nation here says, we will retire political tourist Atiku to Dubai, says Shetima. We will retire political tourist Atiku to Dubai, says Shetima. Ruling party diversionary says PDP campaign spokesman. All right, and on page 5 we have 6 feared killed in attack on Uber's convoy. 6 feared killed in attack on Uber's convoy. That's on page 5. And on page 5 as well, we have Supreme Court depleted as Justice Abuki retires. Supreme Court depleted as Justice Abuki retired. And on page 8, we have NCDC. 36 monkeypox cases recorded in 1 week. NCDC. 36 monkeypox cases recorded in 1 week. And lastly, on page 6, we have Brazilian returnee excretes 92 wraps of cocaine. Brazilian returnee excretes 92 wraps of cocaine. That's on page 6 of The Nation. Mr. Victor, what do you make of these headlines in The Nation before we call it a day?
Okay, just quickly, let me talk about Shetima calling out on Atiku. I'm calling him a political tourist, okay, because he stays in quotes. He stays in Dubai, okay, in the UAE. Now, this is a season of basbos, okay, season of throwing jabs at political opponents, okay, well, it's a time to make all manner of rhetorics, and we are not surprised about this, okay. He has a Shetima, VP, or the running mate to Tinubu, the presidential candidate for the APC. Now, but on the other news, there are still questions or jabs to the Tinubu's campaign team or the Tinubu umbrella. Now, they are asking Tinubu, before you became governor, how did you make your money? After becoming governor, how did you become so rich? Okay? Even after years of becoming governor of Lagos State, you are still so rich, and you claim that you are not doing federal contracts. What have you been doing? List out money. Yes, list out your companies that you have in Lagos that have been working with the Lagos State government. Okay. So these are jobs that we will be expecting while the electionary campaigns kickstarts by the 28th day of September. So it is no longer news. They will still keep coming. But yes, to the main gist, whether Atiku lives in the UAE or not. My brother, from my own personal research, it is there is huge element of truth in it. Okay, and yes, in this political space, this politician will be looking for any little information to hit a jab on their opposing.
Is it really something new? I think it's been a while since most Nigerians knew that most of these politicians don't stay in the country. So I don't think it's anything new. Concerning the fact that Atiku doesn't really stay in the country. I mean, it's not really something that we should actually sing about, is it?
But if it's really, I'm certain if it's really the truth, I think in a Senate crime though, it should be very negative of him. It should really hit him hard. Okay, you cannot be outside the country. You're not experiencing the sufferings of the people. You call yourself a grassroots politician, but you don't stay in the country. Are you getting that? Okay. In Senate crimes, in fact, you will not even make it to this level of becoming a presidential candidate. You need to be on ground.
That gives people a different mentality and picture about you.
Of course, who you are. Of course.
And probably your intentions when you actually elected into power. Okay.
But we know our politics. Our politics in Nigeria is of two types: politics of ethnicity and politics of money. If you can deal with those two, you are good to go.
Okay. Without wasting much time, let's look at the Daily Sun. Amongst the headlines in the Daily Sun, we have Catholic bishops direct churches to beef up security. Catholic bishops direct churches to beef up security. Say Nigeria in darkest moment in history. That's on page 6 of Daily Sun. And next on page 6 as well, we have uncertainty over Wike IU talks. Uncertainty over Wike IU talks. Says no definite date for meeting. IU's emissaries keep mum. Okay, that's on page 6. And on page 3, we have Atiku unveils plan to editors forum tomorrow. Atiku unveils plan to editors forum tomorrow. That's on page 3 of Daily Sun. And on page 26, we have oil theft. NNPCL loses $700 million monthly. NNPCL loses $700 million monthly. Okay, that's the shocking and sad news there on page 26. And on page 4, we have military security agencies comb hotspots in Federal Capital Territory. NAB 10 suspected terrorists and informants. That's on page 4. And lastly, on page 4 and 26, we have Uba escapes death as gunmen attack convoy. Uba escapes death as gunmen attack convoy. That's on page 4 and 26. Mr. Victor, what do you make of these headlines?
It's so pity about what happened in Anambra yesterday with respect to Senator Uba. Senator Uba is a senator from the YPP party. Unfortunately, that incident happened in Anambra, in a community that I am, I am related to because I've got friends from that community. Okay, Enugu community in Anambra State. It's really a pity that the incident happened. That and well, 6 persons.
Let's thank God he's alive.
But 6 persons are dead. We thank God he's alive, but 6 persons are dead. And you begin to wonder, when will this stop? What are our security apparatus doing? How can a group of persons just come out and start shooting at a convoy? Nigeria has gone this bad. So I was talking the other day. A friend of mine also had an experience like this. That his vehicle, he was stopped on his way going to Lagos from the east. Actually, that happened around Okigwe. Okay, he was stopped, and do you know the mental effects to all this? Fortunately for him, he was not harmed. But the harassment, the demeaning acts from those persons, I can't mention them here. But that's to tell you that there is a lot to do, especially in the Southeast. The Southeast it's not known for things like this, but due to our leaders have allowed the system to decay, has allowed our security agencies to be demoralized.
But Mr. Victor, let me ask a question. With the way things are right now in the country, and of course the constant and steady decay in the system, and of course also the constant lying of politicians to its people in the country, don't you think the country has gotten to that level where, you know, during manifestos we now have to go back to the old way of bringing our traditional deities for these men to swear while giving these manifestos? To say, okay, you say you do this, right? Please, we need you to swear that if you don't do this, this and this should happen to you come so time. Honestly speaking, I feel like we should go back to that, or to this level, to this way of doing things.
My brother, there is levels to this. So deity stop an atomic bomb? Can deity, when deity has been very effective back in the days than now. When the British came to colonize Nigeria, where were they?
Most of them were even stolen. They were even taken along.
My brother. Yeah, yes, exactly. Now. So.
No, but at least, Mr. Victor, at least it'll give these politicians some sort of, should I say, a consciousness. If I misbehave, if I don't meet up what I said I'm going to do, I'm going to be in big trouble. I might die in the process. So they want to live up to what. You get my point? Because it's almost like just go there, lie to the citizens. Once you get lucky enough, you win. That's the end. Come on, Mr. Victor.
Man, the best way to punish those people is through the law. Unfortunately, our institution, our judiciary institution, has been shut off. Okay? They just, the statue, the statue where the statue of the judiciary where the unity is being covered. Yeah. Okay? In Nigeria, the mouth is also covered. Okay? Because when let's not just go there, my brother. Don't push me there.
Victor, let's just go straight to the Vanguard, please. Okay. Amongst the headlines of the Vanguard here, we have Nigeria going through darkest history. That's according to Catholic bishops. Okay, we already had this in the previous paper. That's in the Daily Sun, and that's on page 7. Another interesting headline here says, consumers pay heavily as manufacturers' costs rise 25% to 788.7 billion naira. Wow, according to analysts. And next on page 5, we have intense lobbying as APC, PDP, Labour Party leaders from campaign councils. Form campaign councils, I beg your pardon. Intense lobbying as APC, PDP, Labour Party leaders form campaign councils. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. And on page 40, we have strike. Federal government seeks accelerated hearing of case against Asuu. Strike. FG seeks accelerated hearing of case against Asuu. That's on page 4. That's on page 34. I beg your pardon. And on page 8, we have Atiku presents plans at Editors Forum tomorrow. Atiku presents plans at Editors Forum tomorrow. That's on page 8. And on page 8 as well, we have Kwankwaso not stepping down for Atiku. Tinubu. That's according to campaign ORG. Kwankwaso not stepping down for Atiku. Tinubu. That's according to campaign ORG. And on page 8 as well, we have oil theft. NNPCL loses $700 million monthly. Okay, we already heard that in the previous paper. And on page 6, we have Kaduna family seeks help as bandits demand 50 million naira over kidnapped 3 sisters. That's on page 6. And lastly, on page 6 as well, we have Ifeanyi Ubah's convoy ambushed in Anambra, many killed. Okay, we also have heard that already on Daily Sun. Mr. Victor, just before we call it a day, what do you make of these headlines in the Vanguard?
Let's talk about Asuu. Unfortunately, it's like all hope is lost. But they also say the court is the last hope of the common man.
Really?
Which
really? How true is that?
Oh my God! Don't push me towards judiciary today.
How true is that?
Yes, that's the line we've heard all this while. Okay, but why am I saying this? You are trying to push me, but
I'm sorry.
Okay, now if you check very well, you find out that the court is no longer the last hope of the common man, because
obviously
for you to get judgment in the Nigerian court, you need to have a thick pocket. So how will a common man go to the court?
Okay.
You find out. So what does a common man do? A common man go down to his or her knees and pray. Okay, it's an unfortunate thing that is happening.
Mr. Victor,
it's unfortunate.
Come on.
It's unfortunate.
When did you get to this level?
Okay, now the FG, which is the common man here now, has gone to court, has taken us to court. Okay. They feel they are the common persons right now. Okay. They've taken us to court to tell the court that Asuu demanding for salaries is unjust. They also prayed to the court
when they have refused to work.
Okay, yes. They have also prayed to the court that the court should tell Asuu to go back to the classroom, because they have shown some level of commitment, and they have also, from the part of the 2019 agreement, that they have also paid in some funds into the Asuu coffers. So please, that they cannot deal with this again, that the industrial court should take action. My brother.
Mr. Victor, why do I sense bullying from the side of the government? I sense bullying. I feel like they're trying to bully Asuu into going back to classes.
It is really unfortunate, but they have also forgotten that.
It's not fair.
They might have forgotten.
You owe these lecturers, pay them what you owe them.
Let me also tell you that, Mr. Siri, they might also forgotten that the effect of this strike has cost many families, has caused deaths, has caused them some mental illness, physical illness. Just the other day, an industrialist in one of the universities had to commit suicide because he could not fetch for his family again.
Wow.
The other day,
it's a sad one.
A student also committed suicide because of depression at home. So these are just the effects of this strike. Lecturers are losing their minds. They are leaving the country right now. Nigerian students, not just Nigerian students, even workers in companies are resigning. This the past 1 month and now, between August and now, the level of resignation that has been happening because people are jabbering, people are going to Canada, the UK, the US, leaving this country, going to Dubai, going to Egypt, down to Egypt, going to Saudi Arabia, health practitioners. A whole lot of brain drain is happening in the country because of what? Because of the system. Poor leadership. Oh, it is well.
Mr. Victor, I sincerely do feel for the lecturers, and of course, right, like I said before, I sense bullying from the part of the government, where they're trying to bully Asuu with the courts to go back to classrooms. When you haven't paid them what you owe them, just pay these lecturers what you owe them and see the magic. By themselves, they will resume schools and go back to classes. You won't tell them to do that. But right now, you had an agreement with them since 2009, and up till now, majority of the agreement you have not kept to it, and you are still telling them almost the same story as usual. Go back, we will see to it, do this. Come on. But
we're not even talking about the 2009 again. We're talking about the renegotiated one in 2019. If they bring them back to that 2009, my brother, Nigeria will shut down.
Okay, Mr. Victor, let's not dwell much on these headlines. Thank you so much once again for stopping by.
Thank you, sir.
I really do appreciate. And of course, I also appreciate you who have been watching us up to this very time. Without you, we would not be here. But unfortunately, everything that has a beginning has an end. And this is where we have to draw the curtain on the newspaper review for today. My name is Cyril once again. Don't forget, you can also be a part of this discussion. You have some questions to ask, some suggestions to make. Do also drop them in the comment section of any of our social media platforms. You can also check us out on YouTube, we are TAV TV. On Instagram, we are TAV TV_NG. On Facebook, we are TAV TV. And on Twitter, we are TAV TV. Thank you so much once again. Until we come here again next time, do have a blessed and wonderful day. It's bye for now.